Hi, Assalamualaikum, and very good morning. My name is Afzan Mahadi, Head of Coaching Expertise, um, National Coaching Academy, National Sport Institute of Malaysia. Welcome to all ICCE members, coaches, teachers, athletes, ISN, MSN, and to all viewers, local and international. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for accepting AKK invitation and joining us for this Talk and Share Series 2 2021. It is my pleasure to share and present Talk and Share series today with the title of Beyond Sports Coaching. Beyond sports coaching, particularly for adults who see the rules beyond winning and losing. Coaches, however, coaching youth sport is a rewarding job. So, coaching youth sport is one of the most important part in order as adults influence the positive development of youth lifespan. Before we discuss further on the beyond sports coaching, we must equip ourselves with the knowledge in sports science, sport medicine, sport specific related, and also based on the level of the sports technology at our own ecosystem. Today, I'm going to share with you a few slides on the beyond sports coaching. Before I further my presentation today, I would like to apologize to all viewers because I'm facing a technical issue, which is I cannot show the full presentation slide, but I can show the rearrangement of the presentation slide. All right. Give me a second before I go into the my presentation. All right. The first one that I would like to share with you guys, I have only 10 slides today for my presentation on the Beyond Sports Coaching. Let's start. Do the best as a coach, guide the athletes, guide the all in athletes, meaning that as a coach, as the coach is not only coach in sports, but coach in life, we refer with. So the coaching youth and sport beyond a winner and loser. So as I did mention earlier part, I'm going to share with you on the part of the beyond sports coaching, which is involving beyond a winner and loser. Why is a sports coach important to the sport ecosystem itself? What does coaching youth sports involve? Beyond all or nothing, finding the balance in youth sports. So, beside that, what skill do sports coaches need to be successful? And the most important challenges or challenge for every youth and sports coaches facing. So these elements that I'm going to share with you today, with a few key points: sports, commitment, belief, and caring climax towards beyond sports coaching. As I mentioned earlier part, before we discuss further, as a coach, we need to equip ourselves with the knowledge in sports related, with the knowledge on the sports science, sports medicine, and also the sports technology. Then, um, meaning the element of the program that you develop or you gain from the other sport experts, maybe from the other sports mentor, maybe is a main element for you to go beyond the sports coaching, as say. All right, beyond winners and losers. Coaches of youth sports are role model and a key player in making sport experiences gratifying and beneficial for the children and teens who are working or training under the supervision of that particular coach. Sports participation is one of the greatest resources available for instilling value, valuable life skill in children. Unfortunately, those valuable life skill can become a secondary to winning. Supposedly, we need to make sure that the fun and enjoyment element must be in the point of the sports participation. And then back, I would like to ask you guys, why the athletes or young participants play sports? The first one because of fun. The second one, they can feel the satisfaction when they are dealing or when they are doing something, a basic movement or fundamental, then they can actually assess the ability of their own body in terms of the locomotor skill or so on. Besides, not only that, not only do coach help kids to have fun and experience winning and losing, they also play an important role in positive youth development. So we help children to feel fun and experience winning and losing. Of course, while they deservedly celebrate the winner, coaches also recognize the effort of all children who work hard to be good at sport itself. But it's not only that. Coaching help kids develop resilience, cope with disappointment, learn from mistake and make an adjustment to the strategies how to overcome the problem. Why is a sports important? Why is a sports important to them? Coaching youth sports is one of the most important way adults influence the positive development in youth. Beyond the development of strategies and skill associated with all particular sports, a sports coach can ignite a child curiosity, teach a positive social and team skill, cultivate resilience, promote self-awareness, model of integrity, foster resourcefulness, encourage creativity, and nurture empathy. So, this is 8 elements that I touched today. Is related. Why is sports coaches important to develop the influence positive for the young athletes, for the athletes to take part? Because sports coaching is not only coaching sports, but they also coaching the way of life in certain athletes or youth participants. What does coaching youth development involve? Recently and a decade ago, researchers have studied the role of youth sports coaching for many years. Study shows that sports coaches who give positive reinforcement provide effective feedback and also foster a caring climate, provide the best developmental outcome for children. So there is a 4 element that I'm going to highlight today. The first one is provide a positive reinforcement. The second one, give effective feedback. The third one, creates a caring climate. And the fourth one is sports versus after school activities. The first one on the providing a positive reinforcement is used in coaching youth sports to bring our desirable changes in behavior and to teach children to take responsibility for their action. No matter that they win or lose, they must have the full or take a full responsibility of their action. If they are doing wrong, meaning that they need to accept that they are doing wrong. And from the positive reinforcement, actually can assist or can help young athletes to find out how to do the decision making and the resolution, problem solving on the certain activity what they did. The second one, give a feedback, effective feedback. As a coaching youth sport is about looking for the teachable movement to their athletes. Teachable movement is that your athlete is a coachable or uncoachable. If coachable, what are the methods that you may use? If uncoachable, might be you may use a psychologist or you may use other people to transfer or to transform them into a certain level. So, they facilitate a growth mindset in their players. Show them that everyone can change and grow through learning. So, as a coach, giving feedback is not only giving feedback. But it's also giving feedback and come up with a solution and decision making. So this is what actually things that involving coaching in youth in sports. The third one, create a caring climate. Create a caring climax, one of the most positive aspects of coaching youth sport, because this is the ability to develop a caring relationship with the individual, children, or teens. So, when sports coaches truly care for their athletes, they form a bond between themselves and their team that give members a sense of belonging. But beside the caring climax, we still need to have the boundaries between coach and athletes, between coach and parents, between coach and the rest of the team. And the last one, sports versus other after school activities, which is involving when young people rate their participation in sports compared to the other after school activities, like allow them to get involved with art, academic interests, community services, and faith based on the activity, sports can get mixed grades. Why? Because sports are often over focus on winning and competition and under focus on developing internal strength like empathy, respect, and caring. So this is the why a four element correlate each other, and coaching a youth. What the does the coaching youth sports involved with? All right. Beyond all or nothing, finding the balance in youth sports. I have two main element here or main guide here, which is involving guiding the all in athletes and encourage activity averse kids. Kids are often sports obsessed or activities averse. Here, how to help your children find movement that's just right for them. The first one, the blue color point, is related to the guiding the all in athletes. For example, I might give like a one case study over here. There are parents spending over than 50K, regardless the currency level, a year on the coaching and training for their kids. And whatever sports across the country, you will find young athletes racing for the pre-dawn practices, staying after school for extra coaching, feeling so stressed, and spending weekend in elite facilities, hoping for an edge in the fierce competition for spots on club's team, scholarship, or might be Olympic glory. It's possible for parents, together with coaches and teachers, to nurture young athletes' desire to achieve while helping them maintain a sense of balance. Honestly, fundamentally, it's about perspective, helping children, athletes appreciate and enjoy sports without letting them become over over to in certain level. So we need to consider few strategies involved in order to guiding the all of the athletes. The first one, manage expectation. So many parents think that their kids have talents and that should be nurtured to the highest degree. The over expectation occurs because of the parents' right to be a coach. Many parents say that my athletes are better than these athletes. But part of it, they think that coach is not giving enough attention to their children. And parent will arrange another training session to their children. And finally, what's going to be happen? Finally, children are overused, burn out, and drop out. It's not only for the high competitive level, but they might feel disappointed, unhappy, or easy to say they want to discontinue at all with a sports and physical activity. So, as a parents, as a coach, you need to know how to manage expectation from a long term or from a short term to long term. Allow them follow the developmental of the movement pattern that's supposedly to be a elite athletes. For example, you may take some time, 8 to 12 years old, to reach into the basic glory or into the participation of the higher level and so on. The second one is avoid specialization. Many kids these days focus on playing just one sport. They just concentrate only one sport. Often year round, it's hope of the making an elite team. So you are not really sampling your athletes to play many other sports. In reality, though, this is less likely to lead to athletic syndrome and more likely to set a child up for injury. If you have the early specialization, you must have the balanced methodology or the training regime that based on the age related. So there is no way for you to push your athletes, your child or your athletes to become number one within 1 or 2 years. It may take some time with a proper structure training regime, including the sports science element like sports nutrition, what they're supposed to eat, what they can eat and what they cannot eat, the preparation of the body conditioning, what they're supposed to do on the basic is that they need to have like their own body weight approach and so on. So the increase is everybody knows that the increase of emphasis on the sport specialization has led to an increase in overuse injury, overtraining, and burnout. It seems like as a parent, as a coach, you need to know how to manage your expectation. The third one, change your mindset. To some, sport is the ultimate zero-sum activities. One player win only if other loses. For athletic kids, actually, who can be borderline obsessive about how they stack up against other, the winner or loser definition of success can be addictive. So, after a game, instead of asking your child or your athletes, did you win? Ask her or he if she had fun or if she was happy with how she played. So, you can also foster a mastery mindset in your children by calling attention to rebounds, aggressive play, on defense, leadership, hustle, and also improvement. So, we continue with the lead by example. Parents and coaches alike can encourage their sports skill athletes to adopt this type of big brother and big sister role to look after each other, supporting younger kids and taking less experienced teammates under their wing. Often, this check the ego of the better athletes can help them look outside themselves, which is essential in team sport and in life itself. So this is 4 elements that guiding the all in athletes while you are finding a balance in youth sports. What about encouraging or encourage activities? Adverse kids. There is a 4 points that I want to highlight today. It's more to the long-term excessive, a long-term excessive screen time poses seriously on the health risks. There is study has been established at United States that children who watch 3 hours or more of TV daily are 65% more likely to become obese than those who watch less than an hour, according to the Active Living research report. So, we need to have like adding to this. It is the increasing presence of screen activities, watching TV, engaging with the social media, and playing video games, which are associated with the higher obesity risk. So, this is a study. It's not only for one state, one country, but it's on the many country has established this type of studies. And I still remember one of the hospital, if I'm not mistaken, from Malaysia hospital, Pulau Pinang, mentioning there is a study. If your child looking at the screen, make sure within 20 minutes to 30 minutes time, you need to say, hi, how are you? To make sure that they are not into a different world. So every 20 minutes time, you may ask something, ask them that you want to have like, you want to have a drink or food or whatever it is. Or maybe you can ask, what are you doing and how was the games and so on. This is actually try to avoid that they are be in different world at the same time. All right. So for parents and children who tend to steer clear on the of the sports and physical endeavor, experts offer that following guidance, which is the first one, a model and active life. Model and active life, actually, if you want active kids, get active yourself first. For every 20 minutes of daily might be, 30 minutes of daily might be physical activity performed by parents. What happened during the COVID season? Is that we are going to use an excuses to say that, oh, I'm sorry, I can't doing any physical activities because we cannot go out. Okay, we have so many gadgets, we have so many approach from the government or around the world to promote the physical activity. For example, in National Sport Institute, we do have the Fit Malaysia Acts encourage public or civilian to take part in physical activity no matter where are you. If you are staying at home, you have computer in front of you, you may do whatever physical activities that relate to the step of movement and so on. So, modeling an active lifestyle may be one of the more powerful steps you can take in ensuring that your child enjoy activities and stay active for life. So enjoying activity and staying active for life, sometimes people might say this is so bored. So start use the music when you are doing a physical activity. So I really hope by listening to the music, the music can help you to encourage you to continue in a long duration of training. Otherwise, you will say that I'm so bored and I want to discontinue. Then this is all about mindset. The second one is find a different growth. How we've traditionally defined sports? Is that sports limited to understanding of the you need to play with the apparatus and so on? Limited our understanding of the what it's mean to be active, although organized competitive team sports can be wonderful, but they are not sweet to all children. Experts encourage adults to expand their own views about what it's mean to be active and guide their children to explore hobbies to get their bodies moving. It's not only sports playing with the apparatus. You may use your own body weight. You may use a physical activity. For example, like yoga, walking, running, cycling. And Everything are great for kids who have more solitary disposition. And these activities can also be done as part of the clubs, as part of your own community, but they don't have to be competitive. So we continue with the choose your words. Choose your words. For everybody knows that kids are sponges. They actually their behavior, action, and word of the adults actually around them affect kids deeply, and they can sniff out insincerity a mile off. So, as a parent or as an adult, you must choose the right word in front of them. Otherwise, it looks like a mirror. They may copy and paste. Like if their parents or their coach can do that, why don't I can't do that? So this is a different type of approach that you need to have with before you talk, before you do any action. Make sure that you need to think about the mirror beside you. And the last one is encourage active play. Culturally, it is in the mainstream, we've actually promoted sport as the best path to staying active because sports is enjoy and fun. That is why this is the way that we encourage activities with kids. Besides the activities, of course, we need to check the balance in terms of the food intake, the energy expenditure, and so on. All right. What skill do sports coaches need to be successful? Sports coaches may be voices on the field and strategies in the locker room, but their influence run far deeper. Coaches play a variety of role of their athlete, from parents figure to life mentors. Athletics, for example, like you are athletics director or you are coach. Set the tone for a successful athletics program, a successful sports program through hiring great staff and ensuring that the background work gets done. All right. The key element, I'll show it to you, the three main skill that the sports coaches need to be successful. The first one is a clear communication. Effective communication is the success story in everything. Not just for sports coaches, but every aspect of life. Most challenges and obstacles arise from miscommunication, making it a vital skill to master in pursuit of the success. Miscommunication can also lead to player injury and low performance itself. So, to coach is to awaken, develop, and enhance skill and performance, yet there are still more responsibility that are critical. To coach includes the building of relationship through genuine communication. Coaches who can truly connect with their athletes will make further progress than if they are simply bark instruction. So, the ability to truly connect with athletes is one of those skills that cannot be taught, but can be strengthened through different form and communication. There is so many way of communication nowadays. Sometimes you might be miscommunication when you reading the WhatsApp or reading the text messages. Compare that you call or you meet one by one or face to face approach. So we need to extra careful on that to make sure that the clear communication really occur among in between the sports coaches and their um, a client referring with the athletes, the parents, and so on. The second one, on the organization of a team. As skill as a skill organization is critical if coaches want to achieve success. So, planning and organization keep the athletes engaged. Without plan, athletes and coaches may lose motivation or sight of the goals, and progress will be challenging. This is what happened today at the pandemic COVID, when athletes keep doing a physical activity or the training program, but they cannot enter or cannot go participate with the sports program, because a sports program is not allowed to be run by certain organization due to the COVID issue. So how do coach actually rearrange the training regime to arrange the how do you deal with the situation? So coach might be can create something like a fun element, doing um, virtual competition, doing virtual competition on the program that you develop. So this is actually can continue um, encourage and allow them to remain in your sports uh, program. So this system and the routine is not only nurture progress, but also coaches to track progress in detail. So be make sure that every training regime that you develop includes the fun element, because I knew that everybody is so stressful nowadays because of they cannot go outside. They need to do or whatever physical activity in their own house area and so on. And finally, of course, the observation and analysis. Coaches must see beyond the physical and perceive beyond the basic. They must observe details, analyze how to enhance their athletes beyond that, and what they find the possibility or the solution of the athletes. Understanding all aspects of performance, both mental and physical. And also, it's not easy, and it can be taxing. Successful coaches stay aware and comprehend their athletes' spoken and unspoken needs. So, as a coach, we need, it's not only on the verbal, you need to know the what we call a body language itself, on the what they suppose and what actually their reaction towards that. And coach observation and analysis must be inward as well as an important part of the overall evaluation process. Coaches need to stay aware and of themselves, and maintaining humility. Maintaining humility is not only of achieving in certain goals or KPI that you're supposed to achieve, but you need to have the maintaining humility. Coaches who are self-aware and humble set a model of behavior for their children or their athletes to follow. Though based on the coaches' analysis of their self and their players, innovative new methods that can be discovered to improve and enhance the performance. All right. So of course, the innovation like the it's not um, a main one, but it helps the improvement of the athletes by doing analysis. So of course, it's not less important, but the ability to produce original and fresh idea. Sometimes if you have the same level of fitness, same level of mental preparation, same level in everything, the biggest different between both parties is because of the innovation. So the biggest leap taken towards success by coaches involve finding unique methods to energize their athletes. Through never-ending education and commitment, coaches eventually create their own distinctive strategies for success. Innovation, easily or everybody knows that innovation is what drives progress. Learning and practicing successful methods inspire new and interesting way to push athletic limits higher. Not all new ideas work, but here we need to know that the failure can be just as helpful as successes. So this is why innovation come around the sports ecosystem itself. So the skill for the sports coaches, as I mentioned in earlier part, beside the basic element on the sports related specific, sports science, sport medicine, of course you need to know the sports technology. You need to know the skill of everything to make your team better than other team. All right. What are the challenges for every youth sports? All right, I have three here that I learned. The first one, belief, and the first one I started from the first one below here. Develop. Belief for the placebo effect. All right, the first one is what is belief and placebo effect? In medicine, the placebo effect is based entirely on belief. What is entirely of belief? And occur when patient actually improve their condition, not because of the legitimate medicine, but instead due solely to their belief in their physician, in their medical processes, in their physiotherapists, in their sport marshal, and treatment being described. So uh, they believe them more than they believe their condition. But it's okay as long as the belief is occur, then meaning that the performance or the improvement of the patient or athlete itself can be enhanced. The second one, belief conquer fear. Actually, athletes who believe in themselves are far less at risk to experience anxiety stemming from fear. Sometimes belief with the equipment. For example, you use these shoes, red shoes in a competition, your program, a competition. So then finally you win. Then tomorrow you may say that, I'm sorry, I have 4 different shoes with me, but I only can use the red shoes because red shoes gave me a good luck for my performance today. But it's okay. That's a belief conquer fear. Developing belief beyond sports. What is that? Effort from coaches dedicate to helping each youngster develop belief will pay countless dividends well beyond the playing field. So effort from coaches to encourage, to enhance, to give a full confidence on the belief that you can win in this. All right. We go for the last slide. Beyond sports coaching. In conclusion, from the first slide until the slide of number 9 just now, it's all about beyond sports coaching, reconnecting sports and life, putting sport in perspective, and being sport is a norm of guideline in life. Reconnecting sports and life, considering learn to be persistent, determined, respectful, trustworthy, courageous, responsible, fair and honest. Sports and life are connected not because of winner or losers in life, but because of character matter in both. So sports reconnecting sports and life. The second one, putting sport in perspective. Good sportsmanship requires understanding and practice. When we appreciate the wonderful complexity of sports participation, including the essential role played by opponents, teammates, coaches, and officials, as well as the rich tradition and custom of the various games, our attitudes are changed, our spirits is enlarged. And lastly, last sentences from me today. Sport is a norms of guideline in life of style. And sports is all about pathway of life. Sports created no boundaries at all in languages, in social economy, status, ethnic, and beyond everything. You can see we have different type of approach in terms of the race or whatever religion we have. But when we come into supporting our nation to play, for example, basketball, netball, football, we come into one thought, one page, because we want to see them to perform better in front of everybody. And it shows that sportsmanship, brotherhood is there. And this is actually the combination beyond sports coaching plus the sports ecosystem as such. So that's all from me today. I look forward for Q&A. I have only 10 slides today, discuss further with you. And I really hope that all viewers can benefit from my talk and share today. And I really hope that everybody will feel enjoy watching and listening to my presentation today. Okay, I have a Q&A. Right. All right. I may take one. Azrin Jamian, dear madam, what's the quality should be in every coach in overcoming the challenge of training children's kid? As we all know, the coach, a child, to coach children are not the same, more than challenging than adults. All right, I may answer this question. Um, all right, the challenges that you are facing when you are dealing with the children, the first one, the code of behavior, the code of conduct when you are dealing with the young athletes, and plus the matter of the gender differences. And of course, you need to be sensitive on the child developmental. You cannot push the like adult when you're dealing with the athletes, adult athletes. Many of the um, sports or what we call it fitness component occur that in terms of the maturity of their age, then they can easily monitor by, like, for example, when you deal with the fitness program and so on. For child, it's not only fitness or the morphological body itself, the what they call it, uh, the approach that you use is not only that, but you need to know on the psychological attributes, what year or to what year the actually child develop, like for example, strength, uh, like for example the maturity, the puberty level and so on. So of course the dealing with a child more challenges compared than adults, but before we deal with a child, we need to occupy ourselves with full of knowledge on how to deal with children. And don't forget about the fundamental element, fun. Fun is everything for child in order for them to continue, remain in that sports or in the physical activities later on. All right. I think that's all from me. All right. There is a. Okay, this is just a statement. Hi, everyone. Here, interest to do online sports coaching program for school student. Please PM me. Okay, that is is the part of the promotion, but it's okay as long as you follow. Uh, all right. Heard this many times around during seminar, but end of the day, the parents don't actually listen to the advice from coaches. Maybe this type of seminar should be done at state level, introduce a state association to conduct seminar too, so that the parents and players do understand an actual reason of training at young age. That is why this is all about educate the parents the knowledge of the what actually as a children what they're supposed to know, uh, what they're supposed to be learned from the training regime, and as a parents what they're supposed to know, do and don'ts. So that is why I really encourage the coaches to use a code of behavior, a code of conduct. um, I may show or I may share the code of conduct that been developed for parents to get to know their limitation, the boundaries around there, because many coaches actually many coaches facing problem with the um, what they call it, their uh, team of parents, because of the understanding of the sport itself is not really up into their expectation. Sometimes that when they send their child within 1 year, they're expecting something miracle that like representative of states level, for example, and so on. So this is very bad, because later on they might involving with the burnout, injuries, and dropout itself. All right. So I think that's all from me, Afzan Mahdi, head of coaching expertise, National Coaching Academy. I really enjoy with you guys, and really hope that from this program today can benefit everybody. And I will take whatever advice that been raised up during this session in order to further or to do more discussion type or talk and share series at the states level later on. Thank you guys. Bye.